Hey, how's it going? Happy weekend. I'm Meteorologist Joseph Dames. It's Saturday the 19th. I hope you're having a wonderful weekend so far. I hope you took advantage of the little window of dry time that we had earlier today. Now the rain's here, the wind is here, and it's likely going to be pretty wet for the remainder of your weekend. Because of that atmospheric river that we always mention, it is right here, and it's going to back this whole system with plenty of water. Here on the screen next to me, I have some of the rain totals over the last 6 hours or so, coming out through areas of Portland, down towards Lake Oswego. But the heavy totals, or the more intense regions that have seen some heavier rain and more consistent and steady rain, has been along the northwest Oregon coast and extending down to about Tillamook, Lincoln City or so. And Astoria's picked up about half an inch coming out of the airport there. This side down towards Cannon Beach, 8/10 of an inch. Up towards Long Beach, about an inch of rain. So it's really coming down there, and it's been for some time. It just looks how a winter day in this scenario looks along the Oregon coast, where it's just breezy and wet. Just sheets of rain, it looks like, from our seaside camera that I was taking a look at earlier. The valley we've seen our fair share of rain, but it's going to continue to pick up as we go into tonight and through the overnight hours. You can see Portland here, a little over 1/10 of an inch, and we'll probably wrap up Saturday into Sunday morning with about an inch. So we have, plenty more on the way. Briefly, I want to show you the weather alert here for the high wind warning for the Oregon coast. That's until 10 p.m., so some of the strongest wind will be occurring right now while you're watching this. Sustained out of the south, about 20 to 30 miles per hour. That's south of Newport even, all the way up. And you can see that little slice of brown there in the graphic. And we may have some gusts to about 60 miles per hour. I've seen 50s there coming out of Astoria as far as this evening goes. Actually, I'll show you some of the peaked wind gusts so far as of about 7:30. 51 coming out of Astoria, as I mentioned. Newport, 48. So we've seen wind gusting to about 30 coming out of Salem. So this is about, it's not really aggressive and strong, but it's enough to really make things just nasty outside. Rain chances continue as we go through the week. The wettest time, that we're going to be experiencing is going to be now through the remainder of the weekend. We have a pretty wet day on Monday as well, but that system's not going to be nearly as strong as what we're bringing in right now. And so I want to show you a couple graphics as we go into the next minute or so. I went back, I was tallying some of our wettest days that we've had so far in 2020, and you may be surprised, but our wettest day actually fell in June, kind of, spring to summertime there, where we hit an inch of rain. It was mainly because we had a thunderstorm that brought in some very heavy rain in a short, period of time. Next wettest day was all the way back in January, where we were shy of an inch. We had 92 hundredths of an inch. Another day in January that was pretty wet. But the most recent wet day was probably November 13th, where we had 0.85 there. So we have had some wet days. We haven't cracked 1 inch very much, but I think that may happen for our Sunday for tomorrow. So we'll probably bring that day into this list as we go into tomorrow. Speaking of tomorrow, early tomorrow morning, there's the Futurecast is showing the kind of the setup here where we're still attached to that atmospheric river. So plenty of moisture from Portland all the way down through Marion County, Lane County, Polk County, etc., out to the coast. And we'll have to watch those burn scars in the areas that were, had a major impact with the wildfires, and where the land may be a little more vulnerable for maybe some debris flow or some structure issues with the land because of the heavy rain. So that's something that we're going to continue to monitor as we go into our Sunday. There's 5:30 in the morning. Let me take you to the evening hours. Still pretty wet, but it's starting to fall apart as that moisture that we're using is going to kind of get nudged to the north of us. So we'll spend most of the day tomorrow rainy, but I think as we head into the evening and nighttime hours, expect it to slowly start to dry up. So rain totals as of 9:45 on Sunday, according to this forecast model, is about 1.5 inches around Portland. Almost 3 inches for areas along the coast range, maybe a little bit more than that. So it's going to definitely be pretty wet through the overnight hours. We'll have to watch for some minor flooding. The rivers have been fairly low So we'll see how high those end up getting. But I think if we have any problems, it might just be some minor flood stages for those rivers at this time. That's what we're calling for the forecast. The National Weather Service is pretty much in the same boat as that. That's about it for now, so just be prepared for the heavy rain. I'm going to have an update after the game, as I mentioned. You can also head to our website. We'll have some Facebook Lives going on here shortly as well, so you can join in there. In the meantime, try to stay dry, have a good weekend, and I hope you have a great time over the holiday section of December here as well. We'll see if we get some colder air start to move in as we go through the remainder of the month. All right, have a good one.